I have a harrowing tale to tell you about how the hand of God saved my life, protected my life this morning, and I want to give God all the glory. We just moved into our new home here in Monument. We've got a 20-foot U-Haul truck, and I've taken 5 round trips over the last 3 days after we closed here on our new home. I was super excited to see the moose on the side of the truck when we picked it up. This is a truck that only has 4,800 miles. It's a V10 Ford. My buddy Corey helped me move a couple of times. My buddy Jeff helped me move. My brother-in-law Kevin and his family, his friend Ryan, my friend Nick. So I had some incredible help. I'm going to tell part of this story in hindsight. Of course, I didn't know this was going on at the time, but there were 2 instances in the last 3 days where I was driving the truck about 35 to 45 miles an hour, and it felt, suddenly out of the blue, it felt like a sensation. I felt like the steering wheel was just going off to the left, like I was out of control, just dry road, taken off to the left. And then as soon as that happened and my heart just jumped out of my chest, it felt like the rear dually wheels locked up. It skidded a little bit, they squealed, and it rectified itself immediately. And one time in between those 2 instances, I was driving with my hands at 9 and 3, and suddenly I looked down and my hands were like this, but I was still going straight. Same stretch of road. So 1 second, 9 and 3, I'm going straight. A couple seconds later, the wheel's like this and I'm still going straight, and it would go back and forth. Again, I didn't think anything of this. I thought maybe it was wind, you know, maybe it was wind. I was on I-25. There's a 75-mile-an-hour speed limit. So my wife and I are at our wits' end. All of our help for the week was finally done helping us. Everyone had to go home. Jeff went home last night about 8 o'clock. And we were just going all night. We pulled an all-nighter. I get here to our new driveway, which is a little bit steep, as you can see, and there's nobody on the road. 4 a.m. on a Saturday night. I start backing down, and I wanted to hug the south end of our driveway because it was sort of dry, and I wanted to get near the first garage bay door. When I get down near the bottom, the steering wheel will not allow me to go that way, and I figured it was because we started to get some snow. Suddenly there was a clunking noise, and the steering wheel would not turn me where I wanted to go. As you can see, I was just a few feet away from our garage, and this is the same place we parked it the previous 4 times this week. So I put it in park. I took our Suburban back to our home in Castle Rock to meet my wife, and I figured we'd come down later on and unpack the U-Haul. I park up on the road with the Suburban, and as I'm walking down the driveway to the U-Haul, what do I see? Check out these front tires facing inward. Front driver's side tire, front passenger tire facing inward. My friend Corey shows up to help me unload the U-Haul, and I show him the 2 crazy front tires. We look underneath the front of the U-Haul and look at what Corey found. That is the driver's side tie rod, and it snapped right there at that joint. Broken tie rod. So 20-foot truck, Ford V10, it's probably at least a ton, maybe a ton and a half truck. Only has approximately 4,800 miles. The tie rod snaps. So I'm thinking that's what I experienced on the highway with the weird straight bending on the steering and the straightening out, only I didn't know what that was. And to think that I drove in this thing with my daughter, I drove in this with my wife, with my friend Jeff, my friend Corey, 300 miles plus over the course of 4 days. 75 miles an hour on I-25 between Castle Rock in Douglas County and Monument in El Paso County. And the very last trip, as I am backing in to my driveway, the tie rod snaps. So I want to glorify the Lord because He protected me this morning on the highway. He protected my family over the last 4 days, over the last 300 miles. He protected my friends. And this thing broke literally the last couple of feet on our 50-foot driveway. And that's how awesome my God is. And so I just want to give him all the glory for saving my life and protecting me.
That's because I'm redneck.
There's the tie rod hanging down.